If you are expecting an election year spend out from the government in this year's May budget, think again. That was Nicola Willis's message in her speech to voters today at the Economics Forum at the University of Waikato. The Finance Minister's pitch in stark contrast to her Labour Party opponent, Barbara Edmonds, who declared that disciplined spending is not reckless. Zane Small filed this report from the event in Hamilton.
Welcome to the stage, Minister.
Nicola Willis taking to the stage to deliver her prudent economic pitch.
For those who expect that in election year we will have a big spending budget, absolutely not.
The Finance Minister's speech delivered to a packed-out crowd, including students whose attention was tested as talk turned to tax policy.
The government is explicitly backing investment, ownership and productivity enhancing settings, and not through subsidies or short-term stimulus, as tempting as it is to reach for the chequebook.
She was talking about Investment Boost, a tax incentive allowing businesses to claim an immediate 20% deduction on the cost of new assets. Her office provided the findings of a survey of over 80 businesses by Inland Revenue. 40% of respondents said the policy increased their investment spending over the past 12 months.
To take us backwards to more spending, debt and tax would be wrong and reckless.
It's just scare tactics, constant scare tactics. You saw this week that they introduced a levy/charge/tax/ who knows what they're calling it.
Barbara Edmonds referring to the government's proposed new levy on electricity companies to pay for a liquefied natural gas import facility to back up power supply.
Why is it okay for your government to introduce a new tax but not, say, Labour?
Well, I reject what you're saying. And I think
What
the mischaracterisation, I reject that we are introducing a tax on households, which has been Labour's claim. Well, I reject that.
Labor has been forthcoming about plans to introduce a 28% capital gains tax on property, excluding the family home, to pay for free doctor visits. But the party still hasn't laid out how it will pay for big-ticket items, such as reversing the tightening of eligibility for pay equity claims, which saved the government nearly $13 billion.
How can you afford that if you're not going to increase taxes, for example?
Absolutely aware of that, but it's always about choices. Every decision is a choice by a political party, and we will set out more in our fiscal plan.
It was fortunate timing for the Finance Minister that her appearance here coincided with the release of a report from Westpac that says the New Zealand economy looks to be on much firmer footing in 2026. However, the recovery is expected to be gradual, reflecting low population growth and a sluggish labour market. The Finance Minister's opponent pitched her pathway to prosperity.
In uncertain times, disciplined public investment isn't reckless. It's how small countries like ours protect themselves and positions their economies to grow.
Two political visions ahead of an election now less than 9 months away.